normally we hang out with worldly people, and so we live in worldly consciousness our entire life and never wake up out of the dream. That's why, if you were aware of all of your past lifetimes, you would realize that you've lived hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of lifetimes, because the consciousness is still stuck in what I said, the physicality, the mental, the intellectual, the emotional bodies. And so, since there's so much karma, residual karma stuck in the soul that believes in that, it still has work to do to try to transform that part of its consciousness so it can, quote unquote, ascend. You call it ascend, right? You go from the most gross consciousness, by the way, the most painful when associated with the sort of, if I associate my consciousness with this body, then anything that happens to this body, I get severely upset. I will get so angry if someone hits this body or stabs this body. I will get very angry. That's body consciousness. If the body gets sick and I'm associated with the body gets really mad, really agitated, or the consciousness gets really associated because it's so enveloped and so intertwined with whatever happens to this body. And again, you can see the problem with that, because this body could easily get hurt in a moment. A bee stings. I used to get really upset when bees stung me.
You do? Why?
Because of the shock of the pain,
Oh,
right? And immediately my consciousness would get really disturbed and upset, right? And then they would start getting angry, and there would be hatred and irritation, and then that would start to rub off on the people around me also. So then I would get mad, and then I would get mad at other people around me, and then it would be just a spiral effect. And you could see, like, if I get angry, it's likely that I'll start treating other people in an angry attitude. They'll get angry back at me, and then we'll start playing this whole ping pong of, like, back and forth anger consciousness. And then what happens? That person who I just shared my anger with goes home, and how do you think they treat their family?
they kick their dog.
Right? They kick their dog, right? And then the dog gets angry. The dog starts getting an angry consciousness, and then he starts biting the cat. Then the cat gets irritable, and the cat starts torturing mice, and the mice get angry, and the mice start torturing crickets, and it just goes on and on and on and on. It just starts, like, this energy, this consciousness spreads. That's what I mean by collective consciousness. It's a domino effect. Body consciousness, emotional consciousness, mind consciousness is a domino effect. So we have to realize when we get angry, even once at someone, that can have a domino effect where that person can take that energy on to the next person, and then to the next person, and then pretty much the whole planet gets absorbed into that kind of consciousness. And that's how a world gets stuck in the muck. And that's how the earth has gotten to this point.